The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue the special military operation in Ukraine. In the past 24 hours, 771 militants of the Azov Nationalist Unit have surrendered at the blockaded Azovstal plant in Mariupol. A total of 1,730 militants have surrendered since May 16th, including 80 wounded. All those in need of inpatient treatment are treated in medical facilities in the Donetsk People's Republic, in Novozovsk and Donetsk. During the day, high-precision air-based missiles of the Russian Aerospace Forces have hit 7 command posts, including the command posts of the 24th Ukrainian Motorized Infantry Brigade in Nikolaevka and the 104th Territorial Defense Brigade in Konstantinovka, as well as 11 missile and artillery weapons and ammunition depots near Bakhmut, Konstantinovka, Ilyinka and Minkovka of the Donetsk People's Republic, and 26 areas of Ukrainian manpower and military equipment concentration. One S-300 anti-aircraft missile system battalion near Bolshie Lomzaki, Nikolaev region, and one Buk M1 SAM battalion near Slavyanogorsk, Donetsk People's Republic have been destroyed. Operational, tactical and army aviation have hit 2 command posts, as well as 58 areas of Ukrainian manpower and military equipment concentration. The attacks have resulted in the elimination of more than 340 nationalists and up to 62 armored and motor vehicles. Missile troops and artillery have hit 6 command posts, 295 areas of Ukrainian manpower and military equipment concentration, 43 Ukrainian artillery and motor units at firing positions, and 2 radio-electronic warfare stations. Russian air defense means have shot down 15 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles, including 1 Bayraktar TB2 near Volchyi Yar, Borshovka, Velikie Khutara, Malye Prokhody, Snezhkovka and Petrovska in Kharkov region, and Chernobyevka and Novaya Kakhovka in Kherson region. In addition, 12 Ukrainian Smersh multiple launch rockets have been intercepted near Topolskaya, Malaya Kamyshevacha, Semenovka, Shpakovka, Glinskaya, Snezhkovka in Kharkov region, and Chernobyevka in Kherson region. In total, 172 Ukrainian aircraft and 125 helicopters, 942 unmanned aerial vehicles, 313 anti-aircraft missile systems, 3,158 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 395 multiple launch rocket systems, 1,562 field artillery and motors, as well as 3,026 units of special military vehicles were destroyed during the operation.
Azov has fallen, fams, and don't let them tell you that Zelensky rescued these Ukrainians and that they amicably surrendered and that this is how it happened. Azov has fallen. And this is a very key win right here in general for the whole war, because Russia has effectively won in terms of the military. And we keep saying this, but I mean, with this, it's extremely, I mean, there is just no other way that Ukraine can come up, as much as the United States and NATO would have you believe otherwise. So,
over 1,700 Azov Ukrainian military members have been evacuated from the Azovstal plant in Mariupol with the assistance of Kiev, is what Kiev is telling the world, but it's a lie.
German soldiers are evacuated from Stalingrad. A Sonny Liston also being evacuated from the ring after. That's fucking hilarious. So that's just another example of how the news reports that if you're getting your news about Ukraine war from corporate media, you're getting misinformed and propagandized to the hilts.
I'm Patrick Lancaster. Right now we're in Mariupol at the place where the Azov and Ukrainian military members have been surrendering in mass. Let's talk about the facts. 3 days ago, there was well over 2,000 Azov and Ukrainian soldiers in the last position of the Ukrainian military in Mariupol, the Azovstal plant, which is right behind me. 3 days ago, there was a temporary ceasefire called to allow the Azov Ukrainian military to surrender. Let's talk about what the word is, surrender. to stop resisting an enemy and submit to their authority. And that is what, at this point, over 1,700 Azov battalion members and Ukrainian military members have done. They have walked out of this plant and surrendered, submitted to the authority of the Donetsk People's Republic and Russian forces.
Сейчас остановка. Ну, зажигалка. Не, пока там потока людей нету, пока нет. Ты подойдешь, да? Ну, поднимешь. Матрос? Да. Тоже. Ребята, открываем, бежим на буквально. А доктор с вами был, как это?
Подразделение. Проходи.
This is interesting to show you how the news media reports war. So here's the Guardian. It says hundreds of Ukrainian troops evacuated from Mariupol steelworks after 82-day assaults. They were evacuated? So they were fighting Russians for 82 days and then they got evacuated? Mariupol, hundreds of besieged Ukrainian soldiers are evacuated. They got evacuated? Hundreds of Ukrainian soldiers have been evacuated from the besieged Azovstal steel plant in Mariupol. The evacuation was an arrangement that Ukrainian authorities said was made with the help of the UN and other agencies. Evacuation? Breaking news, Ukraine ended its combat mission. Ukraine has ended its combat mission in Mariupol and said fighters were being evacuated, signaling the battle at a steel plant was over. They're evacuated. They got evacuated? Fighters evacuate Mariupol's Azovstal steel plant. Even NBC says that they're evacuating, but then the apparent surrender of the final stronghold in the key port city would cede full control of it to Russia. Wait a minute. You mean they surrendered? You mean they surrendered? That's what they mean, Kurt.
Because why would you need to evacuate?
Unless you lost. We could have told you that this was all going to happen. We predicted all. Russia is not losing this war with Ukraine. So the more you stretch out this war, the more people are going to get killed in Ukraine. And NATO and Joe Biden and the United States and MSNBC and CNN, in fact, they don't care.
That's why we got to get them more weapons and get it to them fast and
That's
keep them coming and never stop with the weapons and more weapons.
I like this. Gonzalo Lira says they weren't evacuated. They surrendered. The battle at the steel plant isn't over. It was lost.
Пошли.
Вам командиры сказали? Ты в медпункте, да, был?
Ну, да, понял.
Просто пришли, сказали собирать вещи.
Да.
А?
30-57. Ваших много выходит? Вот это все ваши выходят, да?
Какая должность?
Химик.
Химик. А с какого города?
Мариуполь.
Фамилия, имя?
Мирошникова Тамара.
И как давно служишь?
З 18-го года.
И чем химик занимался?
Під час військових дій була командир машини БРДМ.
Угу. Командиром. А какие задачи выполняли?
Охорона військової частини 3057.
А сама машина где?
На Азовсталі.
Она на ходу?
Ні,
То что случилось с ней?
розбомбили. Або бомба, або снаряд какой-то прилетел.
Понятно.
Убирай в сторону. Следующий. Убирай. Пакет.
Офицеры еще есть?
Есть. Звание дома.
Капитан второго ранга, начальник службы ракетно-артиллерийского вооружения.
Какой корабль?
На берегу береговая база.
Береговая? Здесь Мариупольская.
But they keep on writing in the newspaper, the propaganda that Ukraine is pushing back the Russians. Ukraine is pushing back the Russians. When we know the Russians are establishing a territory, they push forward a little bit and they pull back into the territory, which is the Donbass region and now Odessa and everything on top of the Black Sea. So they're still trying to lie and whatnot. And the way you can tell they're trying to lie is like, oh, Russia's in this crazy invasion, yet every single person we know from Congress, Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, Bono, all go into Kiev like it's the safest place in the world. They wouldn't go there if it was under threat. That's all you do is get fed lies by the mainstream media in the West. It's not even news now. It's just pure propaganda.
Yeah.
Прященко Станислав. Нас сегодня водили в столовую, с утра был супчик с макаронами, в обед был тоже супчик и каша. Ужина еще не было, ужин еще ждал. А дальше у нас есть расположение, кровати, матрасы, все как положено, все есть. Да, одеяло, подушки, все имеется, постельное белье. Ну, вот наше расположение, матрасы, одеяло, все имеется, кровати, спальных мест всем не хватает. У меня есть здесь раненые ребята. Ждем сейчас медика, обещали, как раз сейчас подойдет, время перевязки как раз скоро будет.
Новиков Артем Сергеевич, 3050, воинская часть. Хорошие условия содержания. Питание более чем ожидал.
Отличное питание.
Да. Отношения хорошие.
Младший сержант Сливак Сергей Евгеньевич, 3057, Нацгвардия. Условия содержания более чем, матрасы, одеяло есть, питание адекватное, хватает и наесться, и на все остальное. Условия хорошие.
Лейтенант медицинской службы, врач-хирург Денис Гайдук. Я вообще не знал, чего ожидать на самом деле. В принципе, то, что хотелось бы, и то, что получилось лучше, чем ожидалось, в принципе. И нормально, все хорошо. Никаких замечаний. Все лояльны, все адекватны, никто не оскорбляет на личности, не переходит ни в коем случае. Полностью служебцам оказали, мне верили в том, что все хорошо, тяжелых раненых вывезли, по крайней мере, с тем первым этапом, на котором я находился, меня спрашивали, мне верили, что все хорошо, перевязки мы сделали, так что надеюсь, дальше как-то лечение пройдет.
Успокойтесь, 4 километра. Изолент.
Крен велик. Атака справа. Гепард.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Попал.
Держи ее только. Вот, молодец.
Т-121, живая сила и бронетехника.
Вот у нас спецназ Ахмат. Самый интернациональный спецназ от добычи с одного только участка фронта.
Максовский Starlink. Да, работает. Обычная спутниковая антенна. Ну, видел, что это обычная тарелка.
Наше командование, оно разумное, и оно оценивает обстановку, как оно есть, а не по эмоциям.
Байдену особенное спасибо за то, что он постоянно оснащает нас вот таким вот вооружением.
Ми відмовляємось виконувати бойове завдання у зв'язку з тим, що у нас немає належного захисту позиції.